Hey guys, it's Raven. Welcome back to my channel. This is going to be my first story time. I hope you guys like the new setup. I'm trying to switch it up a little bit, okay? So like I said, this is my first story time, so if I mess up, forgive me. I've been thinking about this all day. This actually happened. This is 110% real. I was in here trying to figure out like what I should make my second video, and I forgot my first time going to a fucking party. Like, it was something serious. So, that's what this is going to be. And I almost got pimped out. But keep watching the story for that. So, okay, guys. So, let's get down to how everything fucking happened. Alright, I had this one friend. What should we call her? I guess we gonna call her Lily. We gonna call her Miss Lily. This little Lily thing. Let's go on, Miss Lily. She was fun. She was honestly like drop dead gorgeous little petite thing. And this is when I had just started going to a new high school when I was moving around, and she was one of my first friends that I ended up getting to know because, long story short, we found out that our moms knew each other and we went to the same school. So we were like,
hey, be friends with my daughter because she has no friends.
Talking to me because I just moved here. I didn't know anybody. Going to high school, not talking to anybody. It was just late in the year. Everyone already had their cliques together. So it was really awkward for me to go in that late in the year in high school and try to get to know people. It just didn't end up working out in my favor. I have more story times about that school. Nothing really happened. It was that boring, but there's probably two more things I can tell you. But anyway, so me and Lily, we're hanging out for a couple times. We're getting to know each other. She came over and we kikied for a little bit, got to know each other, got introduced and whatnot. Figured out she lived right around the corner from me. Like, I could leave my back door and be at her house. That's how close it was. So, Lily ended up coming up to me one day saying that,
hey, there's this little get together tonight. Let's go.
So I'm over here thinking like,
yeah, it's a fucking party. I'm so down.
I've never been to like a serious get together or party. I just never really came across that in my days. Like, I've been to 2 parties in my whole life. That's how exciting it is. But so we're like,
oh my god, let's go to this party. We're gonna get drunk, kick it, smoke a little bit of what.
oh, we're getting together. It's the day of, and it had to be a weekend. It really had to be a weekend. And we ended up getting all dressed up. She was looking fine as fuck, it was summer. She was wearing her little thing, and I honestly don't know what I was wearing. I was probably like 16 or 15 at this point in time. I know that much. We ended up borrowing someone that she knew's car. She got permission, and we went to this party. Before we even walk inside, keep in mind that like the fact that I was trans probably like flew the fuck out of this girl's mind. Like, this type of party was not the type of party that I was expecting. I was expecting it to be a house packed and full of awesome people and be like the fucking movies. As some parties are like that, this one wasn't that type of party. This was a bunch of niggas. They was fine, but they was awfully damn scary looking at the same time. If you know what I'm saying. Like, I've never been with someone of color at that point in my life, so I was like, yo, like, kind of nervous. Like, you're sexy, but you also intimidate me at the same time. That's kind of cool. I like that. They didn't catch that I was trans when they first started talking to me. So, let's see. There's like 4 guys. There's 3 girls besides me. And there's like this, oh my god, there's also a really sexy guy that looked like Aladdin, like on some real shit. Don't remember his name. I don't really think I should give him a name. He doesn't really matter in this story. But long story short, we go in there, we sit down, we're getting to know, saying hi and stuff. They'd be like,
Yo, girl, what's up?
Like, hi.
because I didn't want to try to make them know that I was trans right off the bat, because to be honest, I didn't really feel 110% comfortable in my surroundings. And I have every right to be, because like me being how I am, I should take a little extra precaution, and probably shouldn't have gone to that party and been like, Mom, come pick my ass up. But no, little ass Raven wanted to sit there and fucking party. And so we're sitting down, the guys are introducing themselves to us, and this one dude looks at me and he's like,
Hey,
I'm like, hi. He's like,
I'm gonna get in your panties tonight.
who panties you talking about, sir?
excuse me? I like turned so fucking red. I was like, God damn. God damn. What have I got myself into? It was like at that point, I knew I had fucked up. And I started catching on that, like, all of the guys were calling us bitches. Like, hey, go talk to the bitches. Like, where the bitches at? Oh, yo. All right, bitches, grab your purse, this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, I'm young. Like I said, 15, 16, my first party. I didn't really know, like, what to do. But later, going on down the line, I figured out why we were getting called bitches. So, we're sitting there, we're talking, we're kikiing, we're turning up the music, we're partying and stuff, and like, the guy in Aladdin, he was also having like, there was like some people back there in his room, like some people left the initial room where we first walked in and went back to his room. So I walked back there and I saw something that I had never seen before in my life. My little virgin eyeballs, they was like,
Sir, what is that?
it was some type of white substance. Could have been baking soda, could have been sugar, but whatever the fuck it was, I didn't know why it was on a silver platter. I was like, is this meth? Is this like crack cocaine? I honestly didn't know what it was at that point in time. And everyone's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. Do you want to try it? Do you want to try it? I'm like, no, I really don't. And ended up getting peer pressured. I took some. I did. And it wasn't crack cocaine. It wasn't fucking meth either. It was just something that wasn't either of those two. Wasn't no. I shouldn't have done it, but long story short, a bitch was turned. I was super fucking turned, and never ever in my life will I ever do that shit again, because I could have died. I didn't know who the fuck these people were. I didn't know what their name was. I didn't know the fucking address on their house. Like, bitch, I didn't even have Wi-Fi on my phone. Like, I couldn't afford a phone at that age. Like, if I didn't have Wi-Fi on my phone, I didn't have a way to communicate with anybody. Had some shit actually went down. You feel what I'm saying? So, all of a sudden, like, my vision goes from, like, being normal to, like, all of a sudden, like, bitch, it's lit.
I'm like, oh my god, please, Jesus.
As you can see, I'm still very much alive. The guy that looked like Aladdin was, like, trying to talk to me and stuff. Like, trying to figure out like who I was, and like this was his crib, you know. I was okay, like getting to know him, you know, as you should if you go to someone's house, just being respectful, like, hi, this is me, this is why I'm at your house, like, how are you today, sir? And like low-key, he was fine as hell. And like after I did some shit, it's like I wanted to be a hoe, but I wasn't a hoe that night. But inside my head, I was like, yo, I should be a fucking hoe, but I wasn't because, yeah, I was nervous. I was scared. I was nervous. I don't give a fuck if you look like Aladdin or not. I'm still scared of your ass and everybody else in this house. I really ain't trying to die today. I'm gonna drop my panties and you're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? Pow pow, motherfucker. It's something serious. Like, bruh. This light is like so fucking hot, like for real. A couple minutes later, all we hear is a on the door. And like we're all like, what the
Fuck.
So, the guy whose house it is, he goes and he opens the door, and it is his ex-girlfriend. His ex-girlfriend was really fucking pretty, but at the same time, she was also a psycho-ass bitch. Like, on some real shit. She was like,
Oh, I'ma call the police on this. Who are all these bitches in my house? This, that, and the third.
even though it wasn't her house, she was just that type of crazy bitch. Like, I don't know their relationship. Maybe they were living together. Fuck if I know. But obviously they weren't together when this party was going on and bitches popped up and was acting crazy. And while she popped up, she brought this little white girl with her. Like, this little white girl also looked like she didn't belong at this party whatsoever. And we'll call her Kim. Alright, so one of the girls was like, blah 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 blah, you look like the police, but you like just caught her out, and like everyone was being all mean to her. They're like, yo, you look like the police, are you a op or something, blah 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 blah, you wearing a wire, why are you here? And Kim was like, I ain't a fucking cop, this, that, and the third. And like we ended up making her like lift up her, we as in like not necessarily me, but like especially not me. What the fuck was I going to say? I was nervous and I didn't belong there either. They should be like,
You a fucking op too.
but low key, I was scared, but never know op. Anyway, this girl ends up lifting up her shirt, and lo and behold, there's not a fucking wire there. And the police did actually end up showing that night, but I don't know what the fuck Aladdin said to the police, but they like walked away, like, oh, we're just having a party or some shit, because his crazy bitch girlfriend ended up actually calling the police. Like, they went in the back room to talk for a little bit, and they were arguing, and she ended up leaving. But here's the fucked up part. Kim, she like so ditched her friend Kim. Kim stayed. Like, Kim didn't know any of these people. All she knew was his crazy girlfriend, and his crazy girlfriend just straight left her in this party with none of these people that she knew. Keep in mind, we came in a car that wasn't ours, so we had to be back by like 10, 11 o'clock, and we didn't want to stop partying yet. Like, we wanted to still party. Tell me fucking why. This bitch goes. She's like, these niggas weren't trying to let us leave together. Like, they weren't letting it happen. They was like, oh, you can leave, but she has to stay. And by she, they meant me. I was in this fucking house with these people that I didn't know by myself. Lord, have mercy on my soul. Jesus, I'm gonna need you today. Please. Please, please. Oh my God. I legit thought I was gonna die. But you see what our plan was, like, before they tried to make one of us stay, was that, and obviously it was me who had to stay, because I didn't have a fucking license at this point in time. Anyway, our plan was that we were gonna drive the car home, and we got permission from, I think it was like her mom or something, that we could get dropped back off. So we were like, okay, we have a plan. We're gonna go drop this car off and get a ride back over here. That was the plan. So while we're getting our stuff up, they're like, oh, where are you guys going? This, that, and the third. And we're like, oh, we're gonna leave and we'll be right back. We'll be right back, because we honestly did still want to kind of kick it and whatnot. But it would have been nice to not feel like I was low-key trapped. I honestly felt like I was high-key trapped, to be honest. Like, after she left, I was literally just sitting here like, knowing damn well I ain't had no one to talk to. I ain't had no motherfucking Wi-Fi. What the fuck was I doing on that little iPhone for? I don't know. Flipping between apps, acting like I had something to do to occupy my time and make it seem like I was a busy bitch, trying not to acknowledge anybody's fucking existence. Low-key being rude because I came to like crash their party and shit, but I was scared. Like, your bitch was honestly scared as fuck. And like about 30 minutes pass and ends up coming back by the grace of fucking God. So I felt okay. I was still alive, and I was more than happy that my fucking friend came back to rescue me, so I didn't have to be by myself. Even though like we were cool, like we don't talk anymore, so it is what it is. And we went back to chilling and doing what we were doing, like just before she left. And so what happens next is Aladdin got mad because the other guys that were in the party, they were talking so loud, like they wouldn't stop fucking yelling. Like, for real, like inside voices wasn't a thing. They were just straight shouting, shout talking, yelling over each other. There was music playing, and like the louder the music got, the louder they got to talk over the music. And it was just so fucking extra. And Aladdin came out and he's like, hey, you guys need to calm down, this, that, and the third, da 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 da. And like, where we were like telling you guys, like, yeah, you just better to calm down. You just bring it down just a little bit. So, like, they didn't calm down, which is what leads us to our next situation. Aladdin came out like 2 or 3 more times trying to get the guys to calm down, because they were friends, but they were also really fucked up at this point in time. Like, they didn't know what quiet was, and they were on some more shit than just what was normal. They was on some extra ass shit. Aladdin was like, alright, that's it. You guys gotta go, this, that, and the third. This party's over. It's late. I'm ready for bed. Everyone's like, oh, we still want to party and whatnot. And they tried to find somewhere else to party. They were like, are there any other parties going on? And they ended up finding someone that they knew that, like, apparently we were just house hopping at this point in time. Like, a big old party, just hopping from house to house, crashing and stuff. And so when we walked in his house, he had like his own group of people that was sitting there partying and stuff when we walked in. And, you know, they're drinking and stuff, and they're probably in their old, like, late 30s or early 40s. They were pretty up there. You know, they were mature adults. And, like, as soon as we walked in, they kind of walked out. They're like, oh, we gotta go. We got plans, blah, 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 blah. And they fucking dipped. So, like, about immediately, like, that guy was kind of, the guy whose second guy's whose house we're at, he was kind of bummed, and he was trying to get to know us. And tell me why I walked to the bathroom. You know, I'm not chilling, but I walked to the bathroom, I'm taking my piss, you know, relax, and lock the fucking door, as you should if you're ever at a party. Lock the motherfucking door. So I'm going to the bathroom, and the guy whose house it is, he stops me on my way out, and he's trying to get some pussy. Like, I'm like, sir, like, this ain't that type of party, blah 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 blah, not over here. Like, I'm a whole ass fucking nigga. It's not gonna happen. Like, no sir, no ma'am, no thank you. It ain't popping like that. And I'm like, I honestly could not, because like this dude was drop dead dusty. He was dusty as hell. Like he looked like he was a fucking science history teacher. Like, no, what are you doing? Like, I could not handle it at that point in time. Like, I like, no, I'm sorry about it. It ain't popping like that. It just ain't gonna work. It's getting hotter and hotter in here as like I go on with this story. And you know, we're chilling and whatnot, and eventually on, like, the guys end up wanting to like hit up other people to bring them over. And like I started to catching on, like everyone was trying to fuck everyone. Like the niggas were trying to fuck all the bitches. They didn't know that I wasn't a bitch at this point in time, so they were trying to fuck me too. God, oh my god, like straight, oh my god, it was some extra ass shit. And I ended up figuring out why we kept getting called bitches. We were getting called bitches because we were brought to this party to be bitches. Like, we were brought to this party to smash these niggas. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So that's why they were like, oh, like, when we left the other house, they were like, oh, have the bitches grab their shit and whatnot. Like,
who's a bitch? Like, I ain't no bitch. I ain't yo bitch. My pussy ain't yours, bitch.
it ain't happening like that. I honestly was like, yeah, and I kind of could see it at that point in time because some of the other girls that I were with were quite fucking sloppy. The ringleader of the group, like, I realized that he was trying to get, like, us bitches, as he called it. He was trying to get us to, like, smash everyone. Like, these niggas, like, oh, I'm gonna get in your pussy tonight. Like, right next to your niggas, like, well, they're also talking about getting in my pussy tonight. Like, what? He was spitting some game, and like we were brought there to be bitches, and that was his intention, to make us some fucking bitches. I was brought there as a new person. I was brought there as a new bitch, okay? The new bitch. Me. They brought me. Towards the second party, like, I was talking more because I honestly felt more comfortable, and like later on, they kind of started to catch on that I was fucking trans because, like, went and told the fucking ringleader, like, my fucking business. And, like, I don't know if he went and huddled with the guys and whatnot, but they fucking figured out I was trans and shit. And, like, from that point forward, like, they weren't interested in my ass, like, so I was, like, kind of okay in that, but, like, still the possibility of, like, getting shot or some crazy ass shit still very much real. Anyway, like I said, keep in mind that we went to this party at like 8, 9, 10 o'clock, whatever time, but we got to this party. It was night. It wasn't too fucking late, and I ended up looking over because we walked in through this dude's like sliding screen door. I look over. It's bright as fucking day outside. Like, I'm talking bright as hell. The birds around, the sun is shining. Good morning, Jesus. I was like, yo, I gotta go. Like, I started, like, I was trying to make hints to everyone that, like, I wanted to leave. It was early. A bitch had to go. My mama gonna wake up and be like,
bitch, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. What the fuck you out here doing?
Like, I just wanted to get home because I didn't know this fucking town, and it was early. I don't know these niggas. I barely know these fucking bitches. It just was a lot to fucking deal with. Like, after 30 minutes of me trying to, like, throw hints to, like, I wanted to go home. It was time to go home. These dudes finally, like, the guy that we came with, he was starting to get mad that like his ashtrays and lighters kept coming up missing. Like it was just too much. Like the guys started like arguing in the house and stuff, and like the ringleader was like, "Oh, I'll beat your ass," this, that, and the third, blah blah blah, talking to like the white guys whose house it was. Like honestly, the guys whose house it was, he was like extra intimidated, and I would have been too. This dude was like high key scary as fuck. Like the ringleader kept stealing dudes' lighters on purpose, and like so long story short, this dude had no lighters, and like the ringleader was starting to just do shit to piss him off, like not using ashtrays, ashing on tables, just being super disrespectful towards his shit. And like they didn't fight or anything, but they were just talking shit to each other. Like the guys whose house it was really starting to get actually pissed off and heated, like on some shit where he was probably going to start calling the police to be like, get these people the fuck out my house. And so after a while of that going on, we ended up finally getting in these cars and going home. Man, when I tell you that like I thought I was going to die at that party, I also thought I was going to die on that ride home. Because the way that these niggas were driving on some real shit was scaring my life. Like when they're going 35 miles an hour and like one is like, "Oh, do we take a left?" And another's like, "No, I think we take a right." Like right as he's taking a left, so like he goes like this and he's like, so like all of us girls were in the back, so like half-ass dying at this point in time. We're just like, we ended up finally getting back to our fucking house, and by the grace of God, I was still here that night. It was like I was honestly scared that situation could have gone 110% more sideways than how it did. And this is 110% real, and I don't mean to like try and categorize anybody, because anybody is capable of doing anything. You know, race isn't a fucking issue. Everybody can be fucking crazy if they're crazy. It's just how the game goes. But that situation could have gone 110% sideways. Luckily, that girl that I was with like did come back, even though I did really feel uncomfortable having to stay in that house by myself. It's like I was cool, I was lit, like at least trying to be minding my fucking business, like waiting for this bitch to come back and like save me so I don't have to be in this awkward ass situation by myself. And like I got home, we went to sleep. It was like 7 o'clock in the morning when we got back. My mama didn't even know I was still gone, so thanks. Like, mama, you could have had my back. Like, you should have been like, yo, where the fuck these girls at? Don't, eyelashes always fucking with me. Anyway, that's the end of the story. And I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet. I think I'm gonna call it like I met a pimp, almost got pimped out, my first party. I honestly don't know, but if you know who these people are, if these people come across like this video, don't start no shit. Like, I didn't know you, you don't know me, I don't fuck with anybody from that time anymore. Like, I'm still cool with everyone, we just parted ways. That's just how life is. So, with that being said, I hope you guys liked my story time. It was my first one. I tried to do my best and remember everything that happened, because this was a while ago. And I'll definitely be back for more story times. I hope you guys like this one. You know, be sure to leave me a comment and subscribe. Become part of the Raven gang. Alright, so with that being said, until next time, love Raven.